Hey, how's it going? So I just wanted to share a couple thoughts that came from a conversation I was just having with a friend of mine in a leadership group. And it just really compelled me to try to think a little bit more deeply about this. And in the process of our conversation, we just came up with some really great ideas that I wanted to share with you. So the question was, do you ever feel in your life that you are lacking, you're not getting some sort of esteem or patience or love or gratitude that you feel you deserve? And this question just really hit me as well because I know that I have definitely struggled with this in the past, and it's definitely an ongoing struggle. I think for all of us, it's not something that's just taken care of and done, but it's something that is ongoing. And so I just wanted to share, a few ideas that have helped me, from coming from a place of really feeling like an outsider and an outcast, and coming to a place where I feel like I have the tools to use. So the first thing that pops out to my mind is in this question is the word deserve. And this word just sets up all kinds of red flags for me. All these thoughts of, oh, I don't deserve anything, nobody deserves anything, even if you work hard, the world is not fair. And so I don't know if it's the right word, deserve, because it kind of sets up a weird relationship with people. But I think when we are feeling at our weakest, that word definitely comes to mind. And it's hard to get away from that thought unless we are in our best and strongest self. So my very first thing that came to mind is just the importance of a good night's sleep or taking a nap. I don't know if when you were a toddler and you were crying and your mom sent you to bed and you said, no, I'm not tired, and she probably just didn't want to hear you cry anymore, and then you went to sleep and you probably fell asleep in about 10 seconds, and then you were just tired. So I think a lot of times we're just exhausted, and we are at our wits' end. We've run out of willpower, we've run out of energy and patience, and we just need to recharge. And to that end, also, I think that during the day, there are so many areas in our life that can be draining us of that energy and that willpower, the ability to really generate from within ourselves. So after you've had a nap or a good night's sleep, it's also a really good opportunity to take a look at your life and see if there's anything that's out of center, that's out of whack, that you need to clean up, that you need to get right, or that you need to draw boundaries around. Sometimes, we're exhausted because we're giving so much, but we're not giving from a place of abundance. We're giving from a place of obligation or fear. So sometimes we do need to draw boundaries around those activities. And then the next thing I think it's so important to realize is that some people will never ever give you what you want. And if you are caught up in this endless cycle of just of needing something from somebody else, needing love, needing attention, needing approval, you just have to accept the fact that sometimes people won't give you what you want. So knowing that sometimes some people won't give you what you want, here's actually the very first flip. Never approach people needing anything from them. Just don't do it. People smell that a mile away. It comes across like it's very, very desperate, or you're trying to sell them something, or there's something you want from them. And the moment, if anybody approaches you this way, the moment somebody comes to you and acts like they have your best interest in mind and it seems too good to be true, immediately you put up your own defenses. And even when I was putting this video together, the moment I started talking about it, there were some people who just said, that sounds manipulative. And so I mean, people are going to come with all sorts of perspectives. But as you know in your heart that you are genuine, that you want to be value to others, then that's going to set the relationship in the right area. So the final point, and this is really what everything is building up to, is just that, is focusing on adding value to other people. It's that age-old idea of if you want it, you have to give it. And no, you're not being manipulating to get something from them. You're not trying to be nice to somebody so they'll be nice to you. It's actually much more subtle than that. In fact, you may actually not even receive what you're getting from them. But rather, you've generated that feeling in yourself that you see yourself as a loving, generous, inspiring person of value. You see yourself as a patient person. And usually, that feeling that we want from others is we want to feel those things for ourselves. So the very act of giving it is actually showing you and putting into action and showing yourself that you are all those things. So those are just a couple of thoughts that I wanted to share with you, and I'd love to hear what you think as well. Have you tried this before? Do you have a twist on it? Do you see other ways of talking about this and working with this idea? So I'd love to hear your comments, and let's go ahead and start the conversation.